Hi, everyone. Drew Roberts here with Milwaukee Real Producers. Today, we have our newest mortgage partner with Milwaukee Real Producers, Peter Radjenovich with First Centennial Mortgage. So super excited to get to know Peter a little bit better. I've had the opportunity to, and so excited to give everybody else an opportunity to learn a little bit more about him as well as First Centennial. So Peter, appreciate you taking some time today, and we look forward to getting to know you a little bit better today.
Thank you very much for having me. And hi to everybody out there. Nice to meet you all virtually.
Very cool. So Peter, I guess starting off, can you give us a little bit of background on yourself? Who's Peter and, who are you? And we'll go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. I have had a passion for this business since I was 18 years old. After my first job working at McDonald's, I started working in a file room with Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac mortgage notes that just kind of led into a career in this. As I was going to UWM, I started working for a firm called Ameristar Mortgage in late 2002, and the owner of the company took me under his wings, my late boss, and I've been making home loans out of this location for 17, 18 of those years ever since. We've just had two other names on the doors over the years, so it's been my entire adult life work.
Very cool. Yeah, and that was one of the things when you and I first connected was just I think your passion for what you do. Obviously it's on the people side of things, right? You enjoy people and working with people and helping people, and so obviously there's having that type of tenure in any one industry. You gotta love what you do, which is really
Correct.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people come and go. I do also manage the office, and we've got a very good staff here of other like-minded loan officers, and that's what I really pride myself on. Do you want to sit there and do the right amount of, or do the right program for the people that you're helping? Service the real estate agents so the transactions, the deals can close and get the client into the right loan program at the most cost effective point possible, both in rate and cost.
Yeah, very much so. Can kind of leading into that a little bit, can you tell us a little bit more about First Centennial? Like, what are some of the things that you feel like separate First Centennial from other mortgage options or companies that are out there?
Well, the first thing is it's family owned. The first time I met the two brothers that own this firm, my bosses, Dave and Stephen McCormick, I felt an immediate connection when I walked out of that meeting. And I said, as long as their interest rates and their underwriting look good, we're coming to work for these guys because they are as honorable can be. Um, the company has been around for 25 years, 1995. They started it with their dad back then, and they've since grown it a little bit bigger. We're in about 14 states, and myself and my staff here are kind of their southeastern Wisconsin presence. Um, the things that put us apart are right now with the coronavirus, a lot of banks and credit unions and even other mortgage companies have increased their interest rates and or fees. We have kept ours right in line. And the other thing that really sets us apart too is the underwriting aspect of things. Without the underwriting, the loan approval process, that really makes or breaks everything. I am very good friends with our chief credit officer who underwrites, approves all of both my and the rest of my loan officers' loans that work for me, has since day one of March of 2017 when we started working here. So that is the biggest thing there rather than getting it just from some random person. If you've got 20 different loans going on, you might have 10 different underwriters. If I've got 20, I've got one underwriter. I've talked to him twice today, for instance, about different scenarios.
Very cool. What and I think all of that stuff, I think anytime that there can be a streamlined process, I feel like real estate's moving so quickly, especially in this market, this environment. And so having kind of a streamlined process on the mortgage side and just great communication, I think is so key. Um, Tell us a little bit more about you and like how you like to work with your clients and like what are some of the things you feel like kind of separate you and why agents would want to bring their clients to you?
Absolutely. One of the biggest things is On the purchasing side, when it comes to not having the accepted offer yet, I like to make myself available whenever humanly possible because it's a very retail oriented business. It's not like, calling a bank or a credit union where they're open from 8 to 5. People buy houses at night. People buy houses on weekends. In fact, I took a loan application at midnight on a Tuesday back in June when I was sitting here at the office. The people lived 1 mile down the street. We had a great time and we got them in their house in July. So that's something that just, it was just an opportune time to do it. Sunday evenings. I would hate for somebody to miss out on a house if I weren't available to at least text message. The old joke, I go to a lot of basketball games, Bucks games. I've always told people I go out at halftime and I'll return a couple calls. If it's the middle of the fourth quarter, I might text you back and say, give me 20 minutes, but that's kind of my dedication to getting somebody the numbers that they need so they're comfortable, not just with the price, but with the monthly payment and the down payment that they're making, because otherwise they're just going in, kind of blindfolded. Here's your pre-approval for $200,000. Well, are you in Milwaukee County or Waukesha County? The taxes can be different. What did interest rates do in the last few weeks? I've usually got my thumb on that pulse even after hours, and what the person qualifies for. So landing that deal for the real estate agent and for the client is what I pride myself on.
Definitely. Yeah. And I mean exactly what you just said is the feedback that I've received from agents that continuously work with you, and I think that's something that definitely separates people from other people in the industry, right? Is how available are they? Is this an 8 to 5, 9 to 5 job, or, are they going to be available when push comes to shove and they need you there? So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I often wonder, and I mean, obviously I was doing this back then, but before, the cell phones became the number one thing, how people were putting these things together at night and on weekends in the year 2005, but we did it. And here we are in 2020.
Very much so.
I tell people, just text me the listing you want and I'll run you some numbers.
Awesome. Well, Peter, I really appreciate you taking some time today. As I mentioned, we wanted to give everybody a little bit of insight into who you are and kind of how you work, as well as First Centennial. And so I really appreciate you taking the time. I guess, can you want to leave anybody with that's watching some final words, and then we'll wrap up our call here.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, right now, I mean, the market is more competitive than I've ever seen it in my life. You all know that. You've seen it. You've been living it for the better part of 5 years right now. The limited inventories out there. If you have any buyers that need to be pre-approved, just shoot me a text or a call. My business card is right here if you can make it out. 414-803-6375 is my cell phone, and I can at least put the loan together for you guys. I've got a great staff here that can, put together the bank statements, the pay stubs, everything, and try to make it as seamless as possible for the client. And then everything is done in-house, like I said, underwritten right out of West Bend, Wisconsin is where my underwriter sits. Appraisals, we can rush them and get them back as fast as we need to, and whatever I can do to help service your clients' needs and earn your business, please let me know.
Very cool. Well, Peter, once again, I really appreciate your time. So excited that you're a part of Milwaukee Real Producers. And for those of you that don't know, that do receive our publication each month, Peter has just a phenomenal ad each month that is actually right next to the publisher's note. So, his ad in the magazine is literally right there for everybody to see. And you guys have just been an awesome partner so far, and I look forward to continuing to working with you, Peter. So have a great rest of your day.
You as well. Thank you for taking the time to have me.
Thanks so much.
Okay.